Hey, good evening. I am happy to be doing tonight's Unis Honest video, which is for a video called Our Perfect and Last Valentine's Day. I know I'm a couple days late on Valentine's Day here, but this was such an excellent video that they did, and I'm happy to be talking about it. I think about it a lot because this video had the iconic Benjamin Ketchup, and like the Will Smith. And so, okay, sorry, let me for viewers who didn't see this one, basically Amy picked out, I think, like 10 different cardboard cutouts of all these different celebrities and characters and all these sorts of different, yeah, like just these cutouts that Mark and Ethan had to pick, is that going to be their Valentine's Day date, and so they had round one where I think they were all pretty like normal or recognizable. And yeah, and there was and then they did like a few rounds of them basically. And they just kind of like got a little more absurd as they went along. And it was just like a lot of fun. It was really great, like the guesses that the boys had versus what the cutouts actually were, because they were facing away. They were all put like in Mark's living room, and they had to pick their Valentine basically, or rather, out of I think like 10 or 12 cutouts, they picked a handful, and then they kind of ranked their favorite Valentines. So Benjamin Ketchup happened because there was a ketchup bottle cutout, and there was also a Benjamin Franklin cutout, which, with the Benjamin Franklin cutout, Amy later was like, this also came with this, and it was like a little, just the face cardboard cutout, but they like taped it onto the ketchup bottle cutout. There's like this 8 foot tall ketchup bottle cutout. Maybe not 8, but it was taller than Mark. It's just like this absurdly big, just no brand ketchup glass bottle thing. Anyways, so yeah, they made Benjamin Ketchup, and there was this wonderful joke that Mark was just like, ah yes, the brains and the body, the perfect man, like the perfect evolution of man. They made all these jokes. And yeah, there was like 3 different Will Smiths. There was classic Will Smith, there was Genie from Aladdin Will Smith, and then I think they also had a tiny Will Smith there. And it was the best little 10-inch little Will Smith. It came as a bonus, I guess, with one of the other Will Smith items, and it's just, so good. And they also had, like they had Fiona, which I'm not sure if they had guessed if it was like Professor Umbridge, which honestly, like, they had some interesting guesses of the ones that were wrong too. Like, and there was like a chimpanzee that they were like, is that Gollum? Like, and honestly, like, yeah. And like, there was like a Jesus Christ that like, it could have been anything, because there's like this big round robed sort of cutout. It didn't really look like anything. And the conductor, oh my god, the conductor from Polar Express was so good, because like Ethan just had this great chemistry. Ethan picked him, I think, and like was just kind of like, let's like move him to where he stacks, really. Like moved him outside. He's like out in the window. If you can find this video, it is a big recommend. It is so funny. And I just thought it was just like really charming. They said some like really sweet and meaningful things about, what is love, and how would you define love and everything, and what's love versus lust versus just like yeah, like how do our brains kind of interpret all that different information and everything. And I think Ethan, like, he was like laying on the floor and just being adorable, and he's like, it's about trust, and it's about being there for each other. He said something just like, it was just adorable, but it was also very true, like at the heart of it. I don't think I'm necessarily like qualified to speak on the matter either, but I do remember taking like an intimate relationships in class in college, and that taught me a lot about, everybody has a different sort of style of love. People have different things that they want out of relationships. People have different styles of relationships, and like, some people have different how optimal they would want to be close with their partner, and there's like kind of a Venn diagram that can happen between two people, or ideas of like there is, an actual love triangle of three components in a loving relationship. There's commitment, there's passion, and there is companionship, or intimacy, things that you kind of share in common, your commitment to that relationship, and also, how do you really feel about it? And like, there's just like a lot of interesting ideas of these sort of like, diagrams and all these sorts of tools we can use to categorize love, or like, pragmatic versus agapic love, and like all these sorts of different kinds of love. And I think it's like, it's so interesting. It's difficult to just distill into one little YouTube video, and to just also distill into one little day. Valentine's Day, is definitely a corporate bid, I feel, to kind of get after the holiday rush, and then people kind of just stay in and save their money. And then I feel like Valentine's Day comes around for people to spend their money again. And I do feel like it is a little bit of a corporate scam. I don't mean to be, too cantankerous about that, but I mean, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't need a holiday to celebrate the people who are important to me. I don't need a holiday to go to a fancy dinner or like make a big deal about one day. I don't understand. Maybe I don't know enough about the like lore of Valentine, of Saint Valentine, but like, like, just love each other and be good to each other, and put in the comments if you've done something really cool for somebody that's important to you, or if you like to celebrate different days, or even if you like to celebrate Palentines or Galentines. I went to actually like a Galentine's brunch at a local bar. Good social distancing. They had waffles, and I treated myself to a Bloody Mary as well. It was great. Like, there's so much more than just like the idea, I think, of what we think Valentine's Day is, with the heart-shaped chocolates and the flowers and the fancy dinners, which is great. And like, if you enjoy that, that's wonderful. But like, I've just always been kind of a believer of, why do we have to set aside this one day? Why is this the thing that we do? And not saying we shouldn't do this, but kind of criticizing or questioning just why is it. And I don't know. I like to celebrate every day. I think that every day is worth celebrating. I think if you love somebody, you should be making efforts to show that to them as frequently as possible. And it's nice to have, our fun little landmarks and stuff. But I think, checking every one of those, I'm not too picky on that. That's not my style. So, yeah, I know it's kind of bit rambly and stuff, but let's see what yeah, I think Mark said some good things about it too. I really can't remember, honestly, but it was a really good video. If you can find a bootleg of it, do watch it, and just, take care of each other and be sweet to each other. And I don't know, I don't have much else to say. I feel very loved. I have some wonderful friends and other people in my life that have just really looked out for me and really supported me, especially over these last few months, with everything crazy that's been happening in my life. I have some really wonderful people in my life that, will listen to my woes and support me, or have a meal with me, any day of the week, and just talk with me about like just what's on our minds, how we're feeling. And yeah, I think that's important, to just always be there for each other. And a perfect Valentine's Day, there's so many iterations of that I remember running through in my head. And actually, on the day of Valentine's Day, I was actually like, I wasn't feeling badly or well or anything, and I don't care to disclose like what's going on with my love life, but like, I remember seeing a lot of people on Facebook that, posting about their significant others, and there's this, Valentine's Day challenge thing that was going around about like, oh, who drives better and who's bossier and all this stuff, and it's cute. And I'm happy for the people that want to do that sort of thing. I think even, some of my very good friends did that, and relatives and things, and that's sweet. And, I think that's important to kind of know that about, your relationship dynamic too. But I don't know, I just kind of felt a little at odds, I guess, because I was like, I don't feel the need to be putting this on social media, and I don't know, I was feeling a certain way on the day of, but I didn't have a bad Valentine's Day. I actually had a very pleasant day, and I wouldn't change a thing. But like, yeah, I just think that's very interesting, like all the sorts of things. And I was also reflecting on like past Valentine's days and Valentine's days I don't actually remember, and things that I have or haven't enjoyed about Valentine's Day. And I remember like very much, especially like in college when I was like very much definitely 100% single, not even dating or interested or anything. I just remember being happy seeing people holding hands and doing wonderful things for each other. And I wish we saw more of that, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I think that's really the heart of this rambly video. I think I'm gonna call it at that. But those cutouts, man, I gotta tell you, that was just so great. There was Elastigirl. It was so good because on the back they knew it was Elastigirl because she had her hand, all out. So it was like, of course that's Elastigirl, the mother of all thickness or something. Like they had just so many good jokes, and it was just really funny because like, yeah, I think there were like 3 actual women of the like cutouts that Amy had picked, and the rest were like, yeah, Benjamin Franklin and Jesus and a chimpanzee. Ketchup, Benjamin Ketchup. Just so good. Like, it's just so great because, like, Unisonus made this very specific thing, and now it's an inside joke that I guess people who ever watched it now know what it is. So, anyways, I'm gonna call that it on this video. I think I'm like 4 days behind then. This is a good marker that this was Valentine. Sorry, I wasn't. Every time I say mark or marker anymore, I always think Markiplier anymore. It's a problem. Anyways, but yeah, I've got some busy days ahead, and I don't know, my schedule's an absolute disaster, but this is a good marker to know kind of where I'm at with the calendar year at least, so I can hopefully try to stay on track from here. And I think I got 3 more videos to catch up on. I might do a tiny video marathon on Saturday. I might have some time. Cross my fingers for me. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.